I don't care. God damn, do we gotta constantly always hear about Rosenberg getting married? Everything more and more on a daily basis is starting to irritate the hell out of me, man. But I do not believe that it's me. It's you, it ain't me. Wow. All right.
Who's the master?
Joe Blacula.
And the masters of...
You're supposed to be out here with me in this field. Goddammit, time to make the donut.
All right, dig. So I have been producing music in some type of manner that means something, let's say, since about 1990. Everything before that was pretty much like a dress rehearsal. About 1991, 1992, I was introduced to the Akai MPC 3000. 1996, 97, I was introduced to the MPC 2000. And I worked on the 2000 till about 2010, 2011. I got the Akai Renaissance in 2015. I worked on that till about 2021 or up until they decided to stop updating the operating system for it, which completely flushed all of us down the toilet that was still working on the Renaissance. So in January of 2022, I decided to completely change over my entire production landscape to the Native Instruments machine. Coming from the MPC Renaissance and being an Akai dude for my entire life, BTW, I still got my Renaissance. Oh, I kept it. I still got it. It's right up there in this case. But it was like me learning a whole new language. It's been almost 2 years and I'm still learning it slowly but surely. So when I got the machine, rather than me just watching YouTube tutorials, I decided to take what I was learning in the real-time production and make a track while learning this whole new layout. I've been trying to get my lifetime bro Ronald Coley to do like a swan song track with me. Kind of like a song that I can say, if we don't do nothing else, I'm good with this. Normally I don't be tripping about book binding situations or closure, but I really want to do that with my bro. And I do not use that term bro lightly. When you've known certain people longer than you haven't known them, and I don't have many of them left. It's the whole season thing. Let's say I have 11 of them. And out of the 11, I only really like about 7 of them. And be it you talk to them every day or not, that's still your family. And Ron is my bro. That is my brother. Right now, in the moment, no script. I remember how my bro came through for me right after my mother died in 2001. I don't even think we've ever even talked about that. My mans knew that I really needed his presence around me more during that time period. I have no idea what he was drawing off of. I didn't ask. I didn't care. Bro moved in. His brother Reggie, my other bro, followed in suit. Yeah, those my brothers. Gotta thank Rocky for that too. I wouldn't have met either one of them if it wasn't for Rocky. But he's the one that has been, or at least was, the most critical of my production when me and my former production partner, the legendary Trackster, first went our separate ways. I'd make a track, play it for Ron. I will never forget these words. That ain't it. Then he'd have me cue up one of the songs that me and Trax did. It don't sound like that. From 1991 to 1995, this was the overall theme. It don't sound like that. I don't remember what track it is that I produced that made this dude finally say to me, yeah, you got it. But ever since 1994, 95, he's been my filter to gauge a response, and he's never had anything bad to say. And even if he did, I knew it wasn't coming from a negative place. Get out of here with that. Plus, I've always respected his opinion. Occasionally, once or twice between 2000 and 2003, he'd raise an eyebrow or something about a chord or an inversion that was slightly suspect, and he'd be right and I'd hear it too, and I knew it was bad when I laid it. Hold on. Nowadays he says something to me like, at this point, Bill, I don't know what it is that you want me to say. That shit's dope. I'm not even impressed anymore. So yeah, that's his new one. I ain't even impressed anymore. God damn. Moving along, like I said in the beginning, that I work better learning while creating in real time than just taking notes. I've always liked combining ideas because that's how they've always hit me. I ain't gonna give you an example. I'm just gonna tell you what I did. I wanted to do something with, let's call it Beaches Ain't Sheet from Dr. Dre's The Chronic. The drums from that are from Eric B. and Rakim's Eric B. for President, which I've always known as Make 'em Clap to This. Hell, everybody's known it as that. I guarantee you that most cats my age probably don't even know that the actual name of the song is Eric B. for President. Another version of President was Ghetto Dope from Master P. I always loved that one.
Make crack like this. Make crack like this.
The drums are the same on both songs. Both of them use drum elements from the Honey Drippers' Impeach the President. Those drums, that break beat has been used thousands of times. Either that pattern or the foot and the snare. Probably as many times as Funky Drummer from James Brown, which gotta be #1 as most sampled. The original bass line on President came from Frankie Beverly and Maze Before I Let Go. Simple synth bass line, Honey Dripper's foot and snare, your foundation elements for your drums. So what Dre did, Dre used the drums from President, but he also used this sound that Marley used for MC Shan's The Bridge. I don't know what that sound is, but that sound is just as important and is just as known as the actual song The Bridge.
You might say it sounds a little different to your ears. That's because I reversed it and played it backwards and triggered it off the kick so it could sound like this. And that's the backwards effect with the reverb coming first before the hit. The impact of reversing it was incredible because to this day, a lot of people never knew what that sound was.
I mean, you hear that sound and you immediately think The Bridge. Now, Marley also sampled the same foot and the same snare from Impeach the President. The tempo was a little slower though, but Dre's concept made sense. Dre used the same elements from President and The Bridge, which pretty much are the same elements, just different patterns, different tempo. Add a synth lead, a drop, there you have it. All right, so let's get to what I did. For my first produced track / song that I'm making on the machine, I wanted to make something that had those 80s drums, a kick that kicks, a snare that slaps, fire, something that's familiar and something that I could remake and update, but figure out a way to make it relevant. So I got the same elements. Dre's Beaches Ain't Sheet. Dre's Beaches Ain't Sheet is gonna be the foundation. I'm gonna use that as the lead, so I clocked the tempo. Foot and snare from Impeach the President. Built that out to match Eric B for President and Beaches Ain't Sheet. Wow, I am just now catching the name connection. Meaning Impeach the President, Eric B for President. Eric B for President is using the Honey Dripper's foot and snare from Impeach the President. Huh. All right, getting back to it, the sound effect from The Bridge that I was talking about earlier. Dre used it in Beaches. It makes sense. That James Brown drum roll that's in Beaches and in Master P's Ghetto Dope. And this popular break beat that's actually saying, that some bitch just glitch? And Rakim used that as well on President. That is pretty much it on the break beats. The bass line, if I followed what Eric B and Rakim used and what Master P used on Ghetto Dope,
oh my God, I think I'm having a rap.
That'd be me using the Maze bass line. That'd be too easy. Nah, I don't want to do that. So one day I was on the bus and I actually walked the bass line backwards in my head. Man, I could not wait to get to the crib to try it out, and it did. It worked. So the Maze bass line goes boom, 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 boom.
Oh my God, I think I'm having a rap.
This is how I walked it back in my head. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, boom, forward, boom, 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 backwards, boom, 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 boom. Now I'm not saying it's the same, but that's the way I flipped it in my head. I didn't plan on for it to be the exact same thing. Next, I had to find the right synth sound for the bass line. So that process consisted of me trying to find a bass line synth sound that matched what Rakim used on President. I like that sound. Also matching what Dre used on Beaches, as well as what Master P used on Ghetto Dope. Something that combined all three of them and that worked right for me. Mind you, Dre played an entirely different bass line. I had all these new sounds, a completely new sound library, no go-to sounds. That actually took me some time, but I actually found a bass sound that worked. Next, I wanted some chords. I don't know why, but I needed something to make it sound more full. Actually, because it was too damn weak for me, I found something that worked. Just because it worked, it didn't mean I should be using it. Next, I wanted a lead, a synth lead. That actually didn't take too long. I wanted a lead that was heavy, but wasn't piercing, wasn't annoying to the ear. Something to counter what Dre used on Beaches. Last, I wanted to use a clip from a song that me, Rocky, Ron, and Mr. Grizzly did called The Struggle. We called ourselves the Shyster Coalition at about that time period. We did the song The Struggle back in WoW. I think it was either 2000, 2001, or 2000. 2002, one of them, I really can't remember. I'm usually good at remembering that type of stuff, but Andy can remember almost the date, the year, and everything that happened in the session. Wow. Shout out to Andy, aka Mr. Grizzly. He will always be Luca Brasi in the flesh. When it comes down to Batman and Robin, you can keep your Robin. Everybody needs them a Luca Brasi, but Ron snapped on that verse from the struggle.
Tongues ablaze, people amazed when I start to raise they conscious ways with constant phrase after constant phrase. I contemplate my life displays my shiesty face. Back in the days, the stacking them craze to packing them trays and jacking them J's, a sacking the case, yakking some rolls, practicing flows, macking them hoes when lacking some vogues, attracting the pose. I'm black, they suppose I'm selling crack on the lows, but the fact is I chose to drop tracks for my bros. So now anything goes by any means. Rolls was bending me shows, my enemies knows of sending me slows. The Trinity grows, I'm winning these souls, identities froze, I'm bending these poles to every entity exposed, called by name, so who can I blame? Through you for my pain, the truth is no shame, the proof is I came to loosen the game of Lucifer's reign, feel my struggle.
So I had to sample something from his verse and put it in his song. Just as a small way for me to say thank you to him and to show other folk, listen to that goddamn bar. Or for him to say, that's me, nigga. Or that was me, nigga. No, ain't no was, that was him, that always will be him. Instead of a hook, I was gonna use his bar as a bridge, literally. To either split his verse in half or to bridge his one verse to the other. Just in case you didn't know, that's what a bridge is. A lot of these terms really ain't that complicated. Two verses, I'm thinking a 12 and a 16. These songs these days are clocking in at about 220, 230 tops. Let's see if we can do that. I'm gonna try this first one out with Ron. Cool.
Joe.
It's my tag. It's a Dr. Dre roll from Beaches. Bassline. Slam. James Brown roll. So now all your elements of that was your sound effect from Marley from the bridge I was talking about. So you got your slam, your Marley, Dr. Dre roll, Ron. Crash. That was a bridge. Now we back into the second verse. So now everything's in there. Got my Vox ambiance happening in the background. Got playing the chords. I forgot what that was supposed to be like. I think that was coming from Dre. Well, sometimes I just hear stuff and it made sense. We getting ready to go into the outro hook. There's a Dre roll. Here comes the lead. Subtle but there. I played that. That was another part of the sample from Slam. Outro run. Feel my struggle. That was another bar that Ron had in the struggle that I thought was dope, the way he ended his verse. So yeah, that's it. And it still don't hold up. I worked on this track every day for about an hour a day, watching videos, taking notes, learning, building, got to an ending point, satisfied that I got it together, but it didn't sound like me. It was thin and not on purpose thin. The drums were lacking, wasn't enough there, but I figured, let me see if Ron likes it. So I made a send-off version, which where I played the original bass line, the original way that Maze had played it. I was hoping that I would throw Ron off and would give him something to write to. I got a thing about making these tracks and giving them to the artist. My concern is that they have them for so long while they writing on them and they get tired of them. Rocky used to do that shit all the time back in the 90s. JB, that shit that got old. Well, what the hell, man? Although Rocky used to write quick, he used to write on site. But if he didn't write on site, JB, that shit that got old. So I sent Ron the send-off version. The plan was when he wrote something, I'd send him the for real version. And I honestly don't remember if he even commented on it. Yeah, that wasn't good. That was a first. It's been like a year and a half and my man still ain't ain't said nothing as of yet about what he thinks or what he thought. And truthfully, I ain't like that shit anyway. I ain't like the track that I sent him. Bad representation. So the next track that I made after the first one was actually better, much better. More practice than the next one, the next one, the next one, better, better, better. As of now, as of Sunday, August 20th, 2023, I've completed, let's say 16 tracks since May of 2022. All of them better than the last. Now I got 2 of them that I started and ain't finished up with. I ain't like the energy of them. But that made me decide to come back around and redo or refresh what I made for Ron out the gate. So coming back around, I loaded up the original track, the track that I just played, and I ain't like it. I ain't like it at all. It was worse than what I remembered, but in this moment, it really ain't as bad as what I thought it was. Either way it go, this was gonna need a Property Brothers rehab. I'm talking gut rehab to the studs. Let's start with the tempo. I'm gonna keep that. I kept the drum sounds, but not the pattern, changed that. But now I'm knowing how to build the drums out better with the machine. More closed hats, just a few changes and whatnot. Time for the bass line, and it wasn't working. I wasn't liking it anymore. So I decided to do something else. Those chords from the first time around, I replayed those, but changed them along the way. I changed the instruments, like the new instruments better, but I like that bass line. Yeah, well, it ain't fitting. Damn. Can I salvage the notes? Maybe using another instrument? That lead though, keep the lead in the outro hook. Did that? Boom, now I'm satisfied. Took me about 7 to 9 days to finish this one. I had a few production snags, some technical problems, gave me a few extra hours of some headache. Not a problem, it was my fault. I deleted some files that I should have just left alone. I formatted the scenes. In Akai, they're known as sequences. In Machine, scenes. Cut the intro, first verse, bridge. The bridge is Ron's 4 bars. Took my time though this time around with that sample from Ron. Chopped his vocal up into 4 pieces, locked it in place, ran it through a filter. Cool. Second verse, outro. I wanted to end it with Ron's last bar from The Struggle. First time around, I kind of just added it to the end, dropped it in place. It sounded kind of awkward. All right, enough already. Let's get to it. Started from the top. All right.
Joe.
Blacula.
So it was so much happening with that version of it right there that I was like missing key points that I wanted to speak on. Matter of fact, let's run that one back. I gotta run that one back.
Joe.
Open.
Blacula.
1, 2, 3, 4. Chords. More time. Alright, that's it. That's the track. That's both of them. Initially, I named it Impeach the Beaches. I name all of my tracks based off of all of the elements that I got in them. The sample, the sounds, the influence, whatever the hell. This way, when I see the track on my drive, ain't nothing to think about, ain't no guesswork, because I can see what I used with how I named the track. Now, I gotta send Ron the link for this video, hoping that he likes this version of it, hoping that I get some type of response. All I need is 16 bars, 12 bars, a 16 and a 12. Because he honestly don't need it, especially at this point in his life. Bro is retired, getting ready to start his next chapter. Never has needed any of this and has no problem with letting you know it. But hopefully he'll do me a solid. Let me record it here at the crib, because at 50, now I'm recording vocals. I know it'll be dope because Ron has never played about lyrics or lyrical content, period. First masterclass done. Ron's Impeach the Beaches. Let me know what you think. The next one will be shorter. I'm gonna try to get my point across within 5 minutes next time. That means giving you some insight on the track, breaking down the track, debuting the track. 5 minutes, but I mean, this is what I do. I talk about what I do, and damn it, I'm dope at it. All right, I'm done.
And I realized that there's not a lot of people that have actually dedicated themselves to being a master of something. Like, I know a lot of people, they walk through life and they work jobs and shit. But I don't know too many people that I can say they honed in and just became a master of something. And like the shit that you're doing, dog, you mastered that shit. Like, not blowing smoke, bro. I'm telling you, you got that shit, bro. When we was talking about Dr. Dre back in the day, our conversation, man, I remember when you got that shit. I was there. Nobody could ever take that shit from me because I was there. If something happened right now when you became the talk of the world, only thing I want to do is be able to say, oh, nigga, I was there. I seen that shit coming. I was there. You don't owe me shit, dog. Never owe me a damn thing for nothing. I just want to be able to say I was there. Because I seen you put in the work. Like, bro, you got that Dr. Dre shit almost. I'm telling you, man, just to be devoted and to be able to dedicate yourself to that area, music, video, bro, I want to see you win and shit, bro. And I know you got the talent to win. It ain't a lot of motherfuckers I can say that about, man. Not in my life, not in my world. I know a lot of motherfuckers that's like good as shit, but I don't know a lot of people that really just set themselves up to win. You can win this motherfucker, bro. And I just would like to see you win this shit, man. Do that shit, bro. Get their ass.
That's it.
Who is the man with the master plan?
I did all that and ain't record shit. Might be for the better.
God damn it.